say again, today's date is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. And yesterday afternoon, in the midst of a Twitter space, I decided to impromptu host, where I said nice things about people, try to be positive and find positive qualities in people. FINRA decided that was the best time to send me a response to my letter. Many people who had also submitted requests to the Ombudsman office of FINRA about information received pretty much the same letter, if not verbatim the same letter. What were the questions I asked the Ombudsman office at FINRA? Good afternoon. The company Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, formerly traded under the ticker symbol MMTLP, rolled out with a press release that said that there was differences compared to the shorted share numbers in FINRA's investigation of MMTLP. On November 6, 2023, FINRA came out with an additional FAQ in the MMTLP that stated, when I cite FINRA, stating, their paragraph that said that they had approximately 2.65 million shares shorted as of December 12th. And I said on Friday, January 19th, 2024, Nextbridge Hydrocarbons came out with the following press release. And I cite how Nextbridge Hydrocarbons said that representatives of short sellers have approached Nextbridge about buying considerably more shares than the 2.65 million that FINRA had said existed. And I said, my questions are, number one, what are FINRA's comments on the share discrepancy with the company stating that considerably more than 2.65 million shares were offered to be bought? Number two, what type of investigation did FINRA do that would lead them to say the shorted positions as of December 12th, 2022 was 2.65 million? I sincerely appreciate any help in these questionable matters. Sincerely, Miss Bird Lady. And then about a week later, I get a letter back from FINRA that reads, Dear Miss Bird Lady, thank you for contacting FINRA's Office of the Ombuds regarding your questions. As in Nextbridge's statement, I cannot opine, so I can't give any opinion. But please know that FINRA stands by the information it has posted on its website. I'm not at liberty to disclose further information. Best regards, Jack. I was told Jack may or may not be an actual person. It could be a fictitious name, a fictitious character FINRA created to respond to people. I thought, when I heard about that, I thought of Madrian Chase from Chase Insurance in the original H.B. Halicki classic, Gone in 60 Seconds, which, for those who don't know, that's one of my favorite car chase movies. The original Gone in 60 Seconds in 1973. It's a classic. I love that movie. I like all of Halicki's movies. He uses his own cars. He writes, directs, produces, stars in all these movies, does the stunt driving. It's incredible. I love him. I love those movies. So Mr. Bird Lady for Christmas actually got me the H.B. Halicki collection. It was awesome, and I can't wait to watch. There's actually a movie on there I haven't seen before, so I'm really eager to watch that movie. So what are the next steps? FINRA says that they're sticking by their numbers. Well, the next step would be to try and get a FOIA on what sort of investigation that they did, what sort of methodology did they use that would lead them to say 2.65 million. If they can't say, or they're not at liberty to say, due to an ongoing investigation, which creates the exemption, which they don't have to give you any information because there's an ongoing investigation. As long as the investigation's ongoing, they don't have to provide you, the public, with the information. Okay. Well, perhaps we can FOIA for something that closed some time ago. Would also have a study where they found shorted shares and see if we could FOIA, what methodology that they used. What was their data sets, what method, what kinds of statistical tests or any sort of tests. Did they do any sort of tests? I don't know. But I'll be interested to see what they did in previous case studies. We might not be able to get any information from MMTLP specifically. However, we can go to try and FOIA past cases and get information from there about how the study was conducted. Cases that have had their investigation completed. And there's a few other things I got to research as well, as when FINRA was created and under what specific terms. To go find those documents, I think those will outline a lot on what specifically FINRA can and cannot provide you, the public, with. So that's what I'm going to try and look for with FINRA in regards to that information. It might not lead anywhere, but at this point, I think it has a better success rate than doing nothing at all. Tomorrow, we may or may not hear results about the Congressional open letter. Attached right here is the letter from Congressional Representative Ralph Norman to Congress, which was done in December, and it had a deadline response date of January 31st, which would be tomorrow. Is Congress going to respond? Will they not respond? Are they going to respond with some sort of unsatisfactory answer? Step one is to see if we get anything, right? By the 31st. In other news about Representative Ralph Norman, he will be on Dennis Kneale's show, What's Bugging Me, this Friday, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. He's going on Dennis Kneale's show on Groundhog's Day about MMTLP. I'm very excited about that episode. I hope indeed Dennis Kneale mentions and talks in length about the press release that NextBridge came out with. Already shows a discrepancy with shorted shares and what FINRA gives. And what's Ralph Norman's opinion on this? Also, shout out to Don Fizz, who is finishing up his DC trip to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. He is going around with the press release letter and gaining extra support, showing the press release letter coming out from NextBridge Hydrocarbons, stating that indeed they've already found a share discrepancy than what FINRA gives. It'll be interesting to see what results come about from there and what additional support is garnered from the showing of these documents. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I will see you soon. Goodbye.